Alexcad, the CAD program for extruded aluminum designs. So let's see, if we start here from scratch, you see we have four main displays. We have three of them that are strictly the top, the front, and the side. Those are kind of the orthogonal views, and well, I guess they're all orthogonal views, but this one's kind of canted, this isometric view. Uh, and they're all simultaneously displaying a single scene. So you can edit from the different directions all simultaneously. So let's just kind of go through the layout. Over here on the left, we have a new extruded aluminum. So if we click this, we get a new piece with these parameters on it. So it's 100 long by 20 by 20, 20 aluminum. This step shows how far the piece will move when you drag it. So it moves in 5mm steps. This is the translate option. So you put in XYZ and click translate, it'll go there. These alignment parameters will be familiar to anyone who uses Inkscape. This is the 3D version of the alignment for Inkscape. So the special part is always highlighted in blue. All the rest of the parts are being red. So if I get a new Alex here, we can see them playing off of each other. Select them both, and then we can see one of them's highlighted in red. We can line them up in all these different ways. Sometimes it's hard to see from the centered ones. It doesn't actually move. So you have all the alignment parameters. And then over here on the other side, you have Openscad, which is just rendering the scene that you already have. So you can't edit things over here, but you can see the more realistic view of what's going on. So if I de-highlight those, let's see. You see those are sitting there like that. So just Openscad is reading the file alex under test.scad. So that's just reading all the updates right only. Okay, so going back over here, file menu is has you can create a new file, open an existing file. Let's just try that. I think we got bike stand working on here. So this is bike stand for riding indoors. Let's center this one here too, so you guys can see what's going on. You can let's see, that's from that. You can import. So if you don't want to start a whole new design, but just import some part from another design, you can do that. You can import STL. That's how the bike is visible there. It's not an extruded aluminum. It's just a bike, and it's not included in the cost, which I'll talk about in a second. Save as, generate BOM. This is pretty important. I think this is pretty handy. This is one of the coolest things about it. It keeps a running tally of how much this design costs. This one is $71. There's functions for each of the extruded aluminum lengths for generating the cost of that. And exit, of course. You got three basic parts that you can create right from here. Extruded aluminum, that's the same as that button. A two-way corner, a three-way corner, depending on how many pieces are coming together. Or the part library has a few more elements to it, and you can come through here and pick some different elements. And if it's not on there and you've got a design that you would like to include, you can generate your own design in this part editor. So this is a part that needs some work. Newell's helping me get the bugs ironed out of this, but instead of creating a new part, let's just edit this Alex test part. So I come here, you have a name. These names need to be unique. The wireframes are, those are special STL files that are without very much detail to them, and they confined to the unit cube so that they can be standardized and used for different parts. STL, this can be as detailed as you want. This is what Openscad is going to render. Price, you want to include this. If it's a fixed unit, you might just put in like $1.50 or something here. But if it's extruded aluminum, or it depends on the length, you can put in this piecewise linear function to compute the price per length. Otherwise, the URL is, this is tracked so that when you get the bill of materials, you can click the URL and order up your parts. And the color has a color chooser associated with it. I like these pencils, so they're kind of nice. You've got some other choices up here too, but the pencils give you probably all the choice you need. Length is self-explanatory. So NA means that it's variable length. And the other two dimensions are 25 by 25. This special part, I made it 25 by 25 just to experiment with the test. The interface is also experimental with that. It's not actually used right now, but that will test whether your part is engaged properly with the other parts in the vicinity. Okay, so let's close that. Anything else here? Once you have the part here that you want to select, like let's say we want to select this caster, we just click select here, and you see that that part is generated here. Zoom works as you might expect, but if I have a part selected, I can click F, and that will zoom in on that part on all 4 windows. And let's just put that guy down in the proper place here. So I'm going to click Shift, and then we want the special part to be on top. So it looks like this one here. And zoom out. Yeah, so that guy went here. Yeah, I guess I went to the bottom of that last wheel, so I have to ungroup these if I want to line these up. But for now, I am just going to rotate this, guys. That's a good opportunity to talk about these rotate buttons. So each view has a rotate button. When you click it, it'll rotate orthogonal to that view. So you see that part here spinning around in the z-axis. I can spin it in this axis here from the front, and also spin it from the side. So that's just how these items get rotated. Also, if you do control and click these, you know that you can get out of alignment pretty easily. But if you just need to do some a couple of 45-degree angles, if you click control, hold control down while you click this, you can do 45-degree increments on that. But the main point is to do rectilinear pieces, rectilinear construction. So the default is 90 degrees, and for the most part, you should stick to 90 degrees unless you need a couple 45-degree braces in your design. And then delete gets rid of the part. And if you want to get back to full screen, Control A to select everything, and then hit F to zoom fit for that selection. A lot of the functions work on the selected component. So let's see, I'm going to select that. That upper part is kind of a unit. Control D duplicates that whole selection, and then I have 2 of these guys, so I can do whatever I want with the other guy. Delete that. What else can I do? Duplicate. I can group items. So let's start off with a new file here and get a couple of extruded aluminum pieces. So there's one, fit the screen to it, and I'll duplicate that with Control D. And then now I have 2 of them. Let's rotate one so we can distinguish a little bit. Maybe align them up. So let's stack them up so this guy is sitting on top of the other guy. So the special piece is vertical, so I want the other one to be underneath. So that would be like that. And if I want to line them up in the x-axis, I can make them flush in this direction to line them up there. And let's zoom over here to see that that's actually working. Okay, so now if I group them, Control G, now they act as a group. So when I rotate them, they rotate as you might expect a group to rotate. And let's fit those. Let's see if I can think of anything else. There's a lot of Easter eggs in here. The wizard, parts wizard. So let me start with a new file. And there's only one item that is wizardable here, and that's the cube. You have your dimensions here. You can make this 30/30 or 20/20 XYZ dimensions. And this is just a nice small little box here. Notice this piece is $54. Funny thing about the price is if we made this 300 millimeters rather than 100 millimeters, the price drops. In fact, let's go ahead and do that. I'll do a Control D, Wizard, Cube, and we need the minimum length to be 300, so the absolute outside length would be 340. 340, 20 by 20, and click OK. And there we go. Zoom out on this, you see, and it's now only $40 for the entire piece. Zoom out here, you see we've got it. All right, so if you just need the base, I guess what you do is let's fit this and ungroup it, and we can just get rid of all these top pieces here. Control G. Now you've got a nice base to work with. Let's do Control Alt F, select all and fit, and now we can work with these and start building up from this base. All right, well, I'm excited for you giving this a try. Let me know. I'm sure you find plenty of bugs, but let me know. I'm working on this, and I will address those if you let me know in the issues on GitHub. All right, thanks. See ya.